think going forward on the channel is going to be a different car now. Fortunately, I got bad news, but I also have good news too. So we'll start off with the bad news. The bad news is the E60 M5 is no longer here. It got hit and it's been totaled out. Luckily, there was no injuries to report, so it's a little bit of a heartbreak to see that car go, but it's time for this new project, so that's going to be the good news. It's another E60.
Another one.
Black leather glove, no sequin. Buckles on the jacket, it's elite shit. Nike crossbody, got a piece in. Got a dance, but it's really on some street shit. I'ma show you how to get it. It go right foot up, left foot slide, left foot up, right foot slide. Basically, I'm saying either way, we bout to slide. Hey, can't let this one slide. Hey.
I think you guys already know what we're planning with. Another good news is a lot of the stuff on my E60 M5 actually survived the crash. Like the motor is still good, the transmission, the drive shaft, all the 6-speed components are still in good shape. Put 2 to 2 together, going in the wagon. This is the new E61 M5 touring conversion project that we're going to be covering. It's going to be a multi-length series. I'm not sure how long it's going to take. I'm giving myself about 6 months from the start of it, probably next month until by the end of the year. It will be getting the S85 for my old car. It'll be getting the 6-speed. To my knowledge, it'll be the first one here in the States. It should be the first one with a 6-speed manual as well. So it's a pretty exciting project that I'm, hoping to finish. It's a good way to revitalize the old car and put it in this and have fun with it. So I think you guys are gonna have a lot of fun watching this project as it comes about and it goes from the start to the finish. But it's a lot of work, so we'll detail it right now. So the candidate that we have is a 2010 E61 535xi. I got this car all the way in Vermont for a killer of a deal. It was $2,500. A buddy of mine shipped it for another $1,000. So far I'm $3,500 into it. It's got 134,000 miles. One thing though, which makes this car the perfect candidate, is the motor's blown. It does not start, it just cranks and that's it, and it just sounds like it has no compression. So given that that's the case, this is the perfect candidate for the swap. 2010, it's got the updated CIC iDrive, and plus it's an LCI, so and my car was an LCI, which will probably make the wiring a little bit easier to integrate. I'm not too sure yet, but there's still going to be a lot of figuring out on that side of the car. It's Monaco blue for right now. That will be changing. I will be changing this Silverstone too, like my old car. It's gonna get the full M5 treatment. It's gonna get the fenders, the front bumper, the side skirts. The rear bumper is gonna be a one-off custom. I'm actually gonna have to find an E60 M5 bumper, cut that half off, and reuse this top piece since BMW doesn't make the E61 M5 bumpers anymore. But other than that, I mean, this thing's gonna look pretty much like an E61 M5 in Europe, so we'll see. So some of the big hurdles that I'm gonna have to overcome on this car is, one, the transmission tunnel mounting area is completely different on this car compared to an E60 M5, just solely because this is X-Drive and it's about 2 inches farther back. I'm actually most likely gonna take the floor pan from my E60 M5 and actually transfer it over to this car, so it'll be just like a factory car. You might be asking why that's much more work. I'd rather do this as close to factory as possible. It's my build, so. And then the rear trunk portion of the area, the floor is also going to have to be coming off for my E60 M5 as well. If you didn't know, the regular E60s and E61s have a battery over here in the right corner, and the M5 version variants, they have them right in the center, so I have to figure that all out. Luckily, I have a very competent fabricator that's very close to me that can do all this work no problem. He did it on my Datsun 240Z about 6 years ago. Amazing guy. So those are really the big obstacles in terms of like fabrication wise, and then wiring, obviously it's going to be probably the whole rest of the series, just trying to figure that out. It's not impossible, just going to take a lot of time and money, but it's going to be a fun journey, and we hope you guys get to watch this as we build this car. And I can't believe that this is actually happening. This is a build that I've been wanting to do for a couple years now. I never got around to doing it until now. Unfortunate circumstances, but it's kind of the silver lining of the project, so that's all it goes. I'm hoping this build will take about 6 months roughly from start to end. Definitely will be done by Beamerfest 2021. That's where I want to show off the car here in SoCal, and if you guys are actually there, I'd love for you guys to see it when it's done. I'll be doing the track day and everything in it. It's gonna have coilovers. It's gonna have the 410 diff rear end and everything. It's gonna have a new motor basically. I'm gonna go through the entire engine. It's gonna be pretty quick as it is. This wagon isn't gonna be driven very gently. It's gonna be driven to the balls like I did my M5. And if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen some of my driving. So that's pretty much the project. This is the E61 M5 touring conversion project. It's gonna be quite the road to get this thing done, but I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of good content for you guys. So if you guys hit that like button, we'll definitely get more content out as quickly as possible as the progress continues. Make sure you subscribe because you do not want to miss this. This is literally gonna be the first one on YouTube that we're gonna document, and it is gonna be absolutely fucking amazing. That's the quick update to the channel. This is the new project that we have. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure you rate, like, comment, subscribe. There's a lot more content coming from this car, so you're not gonna want to miss it. And if you guys are interested, leave a comment what you want to see a part of the build. If you want to see something in particular, like the fabrication work or whatever it may be, or the wiring, let me know. I'm more than happy to cover it. So make sure you comment the hell out of the comment section, because we read each and every one of them. We always try to get back to you guys. So, you know, let us know what your thoughts are.